There are many things that Allah has labeled as forbidden for Muslims, and these things are called haram. These haram actions are major sins that have severe consequences if practiced and also have great rewards if avoided. Hey guys, what's happening? Welcome back to FTD Facts. My name is Leroy Kenton, and once again, I'm bringing the facts to you guys. We're going to be looking at 10 strictly haram things according to Islam. So let's jump in. At number 10, let's look at gambling and alcohol. So, of course, gambling and alcohol are some of the biggest, most serious sins in the religion of Islam. Muslims are not permitted at all to consume alcohol, and it's written in the Quran, and I quote, "O believers, intoxicants, gambling, idols, and drawing lots for decisions are all evil of Satan's handiwork. So shun them so you may be successful." And that's taken from Surah 5 verses 90. Also, Ibn Umar reported that Prophet Muhammad said this: "Every intoxicant is khamar, and every intoxicant is forbidden. He who drinks wine in this world and dies while he is addicted to it, not having repented, will not be given a drink in the hereafter." And that's found in Sahih Muslim, number 92. Next up, hurting yourself is also completely haram. Hurting yourself, like hitting your face or chest for grief or things like that, or hitting another person such as your child or another brother or sister, is strictly prohibited. It is stated in the Quran that killing does not mean just taking life, but it also means hurting oneself or hurting anyone else in any way. It's mentioned in the Quran, "Believers, do not devour one another's possessions wrongfully. Rather than that, let there be trading by mutual consent. You shall not kill yourself. Surely Allah is ever compassionate to you." And that's taken from Surah 4 verses 29. So obviously, killing yourself in this context is not necessarily that. Next up, number 8, interest. Riba or interest is not allowed in Islam because it is a system that makes poor people poorer and rich people richer. Narrated by Abdullah ibn Hanzala, the Prophet Muhammad said this: "The dirham of riba which a man receives knowingly is worse than committing adultery 36 times. Wow, okay. Bayhaqi also had reported the hadith that I just mentioned in Suhab al-Iman, and he added an additional statement that says, "Hell befits him whose flesh has been nourished by the unlawful." Whoa. Also, another surprising one, silk and gold on men. Islam actually forbids 2 types of adornment for men while allowing them for women. The first type is gold ornaments, and the second is pure silk clothing. According to Ali, the Prophet Muhammad took silk in his right hand and some gold in his left hand and declared this: "These two are haram for the males among my followers." So the prohibition of gold applies to gold rings and gold pens even, gold watches, gold cigarette cases and lighters, gold teeth. You know, sometimes guys have gold teeth in their mouth, and so on and so forth. The strictly haram thing at number 6 is intimate acts with yourself. Doing this for both men and women is completely haram in Islam. According to Al-Imam Shafi'i, the following verse from the Quran forbids these acts: "And who guard their modesty save from their wives or slaves that their right hand possesses, for then they are not blameworthy. But whoso craveth beyond that, such are transgressors." And that passage is found in Surah 23 verses 5 to 7 of the Quran. Now, these verses are clear in prohibiting all illegal intimate acts, including those done with oneself, except for wives or what their right hand possesses. Anyone who goes beyond those parameters becomes a transgressor or a sinner. Next up, number 5, tattoos. Whether they cause pain or not, tattoos are haram in all forms. According to Muslims, tattooing involves altering Allah's creation. So the Prophet Muhammad cursed both those who tattoo and those who are tattooed. May Allah curse the women who do tattoos and those for whom tattoos are done, those who pluck their eyebrows and those who file their teeth for the purpose of beautification and alter the creation of Allah. And that's taken from Sunan Ibn Majah 1989. Moving on to number 4. This strictly forbidden thing is taking your own life. Now, in this day and age, we frequently see people, they cause themselves to pass away due to depression and other insecurities and various different thoughts that they may have. But Muslims believe that Allah tests people in various ways, but it is forbidden to end your own life purposely. According to a hadith in Bukhari, it says, "He who ends his life by throttling shall keep on throttling himself in the hellfire forever. And he who ends his life by stabbing himself shall keep on stabbing himself in hellfire." And that's found in Bukhari, Junais 84. Forcing your wife comes up next at number 3. Forcing spouses is one of the most serious sins that anyone can commit according to Islam. Instead, the Prophet Muhammad, he taught Muslims to be friendly with their wives, even saying and advising the Muslims that, they should make their wives their best friends. As a matter of fact, there's a quote from the Prophet Muhammad that goes as follows: "The best of you are those who are the best to their wives, and I am the best of you to my wives." And that's taken from Al-Tirmidhi 3895. Okay, next up, music, number 2. So music is a big debate, whether it's haram or not, especially in Islamic circles. Some scholars say that music is completely haram in Islam, while others say that, there's only certain types of music that is forbidden, as well as certain types of musical instruments that are considered forbidden or haram in Islam. Anas reported that the Prophet Muhammad had these words to say: "There will certainly be people from my ummah who will attempt to legalize fornication, wearing of silk for males, consuming alcohol, and the use of musical instruments." And that quote is found in Al-Jami as-Saghir 139. So we see a passage showing that music is haram, but the debate is, in what context? What type of music is haram? With that said, let's end this episode off at number 1, shirk. According to Islam, God does not share his divine attributes with anyone else. According to the Islamic doctrine of Tawheed, which means oneness, associating partners with God is strictly forbidden. Shirk, which literally means association, is the acceptance of other gods and divinities as associates of God or equal to God, and those who practice shirk are called mushrik. Shirk is a sin that will not be forgiven if a person passes away without repenting of it, according to the Quran. There's one passage that I would like to quote, and it goes as follows: "Allah does not forgive the formation of partners with him, but he does forgive anything else to whom he pleases. To form partners with Allah is to devise a most heinous sin." And that's found in Surah 4, verses 48. And just like that, guys, we made it to the end of another episode here on FTD Facts. This was just a brief look at 10 strictly haram things in the religion of Islam that Muslims definitely need to know about. Let me know down below in the comments section, which of these did you find most surprising, if any at all? If you did enjoy this video though, don't forget to leave a big thumbs up. And also, if this is your first time here to FTD Facts, I want you to go ahead and subscribe and ring the bell. That way you'll be updated every time we post a new video daily here on FTD Facts. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll catch you guys soon.